Find out which state has shocking news about their unemployment numbers, which state is showing great unemployment numbers, how cutting unemployment is leaving mothers in a strange bind. I'll cover that. Which state is going past the unemployment benefits beyond Labor Day. This is kind of cool. And which state might have to continue. Yep, they're not coming together. With 100,000 Colorado residents set to lose their unemployment benefits in September, 100,000 people in Colorado, there's a lot of people for there. There are thousands of employers trying to fill almost 127,000 jobs. So you'd think, 100,000 people, 127,000 jobs. Well, I mean, you know what? There might be a ton of jobs that people just can't even afford to pay their bills with, so that's not really a job for some people. We're hearing some pretty conflicting stories, though, from both sides of the statistics. Employers are having to hire social media experts to put out job ads to attract more people, or at least cultures that get them excited about working there. They're not getting very many applications. On the flip side, you have a woman named Brandy from Denver, not to call her out on blast, but she's in an article, in one of the articles we've sourced, who said, quote, "I have yet to find a job. Employers won't respond. Call you back, send a text, or send a smoke signal. All I hear is crickets." That's all she's got when she's looking for a job. Nobody will respond. So it's that doesn't add up. The U.S. Census Bureau of Labor Statistics is taking into account that people other than Brandy, like people who are looking for work and are not on unemployment, they're just not filing. A lot of people haven't. There are also people available to work and have just been discouraged from working and gave up. Couldn't find the type of employment they were looking for to use their skill set and just said, maybe the job will come around. Maybe the company will reopen that I specialize in and have skills for. You also have to take into account the people who have retired. According to Ryan Gindner, Department of Labor senior economist, Gindner said, quote, "That could be that we're seeing retirement. It could be that individuals have to opt out of the labor force temporarily to care for somebody or to watch a child. There could be a ton of different reasons that we may not fully understand the picture until later this year, early next year, about what's really happening by surveying people. If they've been out of school and someone's had to watch them, maybe they don't have a job to go back to now. It's not a simple thing. So when people say that there's a labor shortage because people got lazy while they're unemployed or dusty or cobwebs grew around them, it's just not that simple. There's a lot of factors that go into these kind of stats. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I always love to hear from you, as well as, you could be the lucky comment that wins. Meanwhile, we have another state that actually shows very low unemployment numbers, Wyoming. We talked about Wyoming yesterday, and of course, Jerome Powell is virtually there for the Kansas City Fed get-together that I was supposed to be at, that they went virtual on me, so I had to cancel plans in the hotel. It's the fourth biggest state to live in terms of work-life balance, which I also covered yesterday. So those who worked in Wyoming and are working hard and living their best life ever, as unemployment numbers fell from 5.4% to 5.2% in just the last month. Teton County has the lowest unemployment rate in the state, and you're not going to believe this, folks, 2.8%. Can I get a hooray? 2.8%. If you want a job there, you got one. 100 people, only 2.8 people don't have a job. And the rate, I guess they win a medal of some kind, 71.6%. The total number of non-farming employees has increased by 10,200 since last year. So hopefully the Delta variant doesn't put too much of a strain on these numbers as we see Wyoming returning to a normal state. I mean, how many states are back to normal? If your state's normal, I want to know, and thank you for watching, if you're employed and in a state that it's normal, and I appreciate you for watching. Next up, we have the story of one mother who lost unemployment, who was about to lose unemployment and caught in an unfortunate bind that she could be in, as far as a bind that she's in. The future of 7.5 million people who are losing unemployment remains unknown. One Pennsylvania woman named Amanda Reinhardt doesn't have a choice but to stay home and take care of her children, who is too young to give. It's an interesting scenario to be in, right? After just getting a promotion at work hit and she was forced to quit in order to look after her 8-year-old who was attending virtual classes. Now that the Delta variant is going around, Reinhardt is frustrated about the terrible timing of the unemployment benefits coming to an end. She said, right now, a year later, the is still out there and it's affecting kids. She continued, I'm honestly not sure what I'm going to do financially. Many of us share the same sentiment. Many of you guys are in the same boat and in similar situations, and it is completely unfortunate. We can only hope that the Delta variant slows down so kids are able to safely return back to the classrooms. I guess you could call that their work. A kid is, their work is their classroom. Any rate, I guess they are, right? Clocking in, clocking out. Now let's talk about Texas and when they're officially ending their unemployment benefits. For the most part, we're seeing that the date for unemployment last date would be Labor Day. Texas, on the other hand, is ending it September 11th. So it looks like you'll get an extra week in Texas. Even for Texas, who still have been on the balance of their claim, the date is definitely official. This comes after Texas unemployment rate dropped to 6.2% in July and continues to drop. If you're from Texas, I definitely want to hear from you. Please put something in the comments below. I have relatives and family there as well that just moved to Texas that we used to have Thanksgiving dinners at. Cindy, we're not having them there anymore. I wonder if we're invited to Texas to have those Thanksgiving dinners. Finally, let's talk about another state that might be forced to continue their benefits beyond Labor Day cutoff. Right now, Florida is being sued for cutting unemployment benefits early, like many other states have been talking about. The judge is still currently making a decision on whether they'll cancel the unemployment benefits will be paid in full, where you can get that retroactively. If this goes through, like so many other states have done, that would mean that the people of Florida will receive their retro, what a beautiful name, retroactive payments. Lawmakers still aren't sure when that will be or how long the process will last. It's like we're being cut off and have to wait and struggle until the check comes in. By then, damage is done, right? It looks like it might be moved past September deadline, though. This is phenomenal. If you still haven't applied for your unemployment assistance, get your Saturday off to a head start. Make sure you do that. Go over if you've missed or had a gap in employment, haven't made money, whether you're freelance, independent, or paid into the system. There are two different websites you go to, the PUA, which is unemployment assistance, or the UI website. Show them your employment history and your identification documents. Fill out an application as generally as possible and to the best of your ability about the gaps of your employment. File for those weeks. If you missed out on getting that money from your employer or from your clients, if you're a freelancer, by being honest and truthful and answering some questions, you could receive a backdated unemployment check for $20,000 or $22,000 at this point. To all my gig workers, self-employed, independent contractors, 1099 workers, even people that got side hustles or volunteers or freelancers, the PUA is still available to help you get amazing government disaster relief funds that you deserve. So please keep sharing your experience with the PUA and unemployment benefits in your state. Be safe out there, as I hope everything is going well in your neck of the woods. Thanks for watching.